This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. NXT review and results for tonight's show, September 6th, 2017. All about the Empress of Tomorrow. Asuka, your reigning, defending NXT Women's Champion for 523 days, received a massive send-off tonight, the likes of which nobody has ever seen, man. And some very, very important women have graduated from NXT. Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, Bayley, just to name a few. But you could see how important Asuka was to Triple H. You could see how important NXT has been to Asuka. You can see how important Asuka has been to that brand. Everybody from the Performance Center. Even the women that participated in the Mae Young Classic. I seen Kairi Sane out there. I seen a bunch of names from the Mae Young Classic standing there on stage when Asuka had her send-off. She is going to be a big deal if WWE doesn't fuck this up. And we're going to talk about Asuka and where she is going to go and what I think the potential plans are for Asuka and how Vince McMahon probably is going to fuck this all up, as always. For God only knows. God forbid this fucking idiot, Vince McMahon. Ryan Satin's reporting that Asuka's going to Monday Night Raw. God forbid Vince McMahon changes his mind. I could see them putting Asuka on SmackDown Live and making Asuka the long-lost sister of Shinsuke Nakamura. I could see this happening. I better shut my mouth before they get some fucking crazy ideas. I don't want to jinx anybody, but you guys know how fucking stupid WWE creative is. You guys know that we can't trust these fucking people. That's like me asking your fucking mother, honey, I didn't want any meat in my fucking tomato sauce. How many times I gotta tell you? I just want plain 4-cheese Parmesan, motherfucker. Give me the red sauce with no meat. How many times do I gotta explain myself? It's me telling your mother week after week after week. You think she'd get it through her fucking skull. No. She continues to make the same mistake. It's like that. It's like that. But regardless, we're going to talk about Asuka. She was the main focus point here on NXT. And we're going to go over everything, including Andrade Cien Almas with the lovely Zelina Vega versus Cesar Bononi. Lars Sullivan squashes 3 fucking bums who didn't even get an introduction. Nameless bums. Didn't even know who they were. They were in and out. And then we had Cassius. Oh, no! Versus Hideo Itami. A lot of you guys ask me why I don't like Cassius Ohno. Just look at the way he's dressed. That's all the reason I need to give you. NXT, it was a decent show tonight, man. It was mainly about Asuka. We're going to talk about all that tonight. Thank you guys so much for everything, man. Your support is greatly, greatly appreciated. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206 if you guys want to get on board and be a member of Team JD. Best way to support the channel and the podcast monthly. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Audible still offering all new listeners of the show 30 days free of their service and 1 free audiobook. Audibletrial.com/offthescript. And then barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Coupon code JD17 at checkout for 20% off your entire order. Thank you to everybody who ordered t-shirts this week. And I am in communication with Connor. The Enzo Amore, get off my TV design is being done as we speak. So if you guys want to wait and use that coupon code for the new Enzo shirt, it is going to be available hopefully very, very soon. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206 and hit that subscribe button down below and that bell. Make sure you turn that motherfucker on, just like I turned your sister on Monday night during Raw. Make sure you turn that shit on so that you guys are aware of when I do indeed upload. We did upload weekly. We upload weekly. That is a given. But we did upload this week daily, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live. And today we did WWE 2K18 roster reveal, the final part of the roster reveal. All that stuff is live on the channel right now. Make sure you guys go and check it out. It will be linked within the annotation you guys see in the top right corner of the screen. Let's get on with the NXT news, man. There's one piece of information, actually 2 pieces of information here. WWE has now officially announced the signing of Donovan Dijak. Now, I'm going to be a goon. I am not, very familiar with Donovan Dijak. You got to pardon me, man. I am not Mr. Know-It-All. I don't watch Ring of Honor, okay? I don't watch anything on the indies besides maybe Lucha Underground. I dabble in a few things with Ring of Honor when it's important, when people tell me I have to go watch it, though I don't review it, when Kenny Omega is doing something big or Kazuchika Okada is doing something big, I'll tune in to see those guys. But I don't really watch independent wrestling, so I am not really very knowledgeable in who or what Donovan Dijak brings to the table, okay? So, it's been rumored for the past couple of months now, but it was made official on September 5th. This was just yesterday. Donovan Dijak has been signed to a WWE contract. If you are unfamiliar like I am, if you are a goon like I am and are unfamiliar with Donovan Dijak, he is best known for his time with Ring of Honor from 2014 until 2017. He might have also been, or you might have also seen him on the independent circuit, as he has been working independent dates throughout the majority of 2017. This is WWE's press release for the signing of Donovan Dijak, and I quote, "A new hoss has arrived at the Performance Center. 6'7", 265-pound Chris Dijak of Worcester, Massachusetts, better known to ring fans as Donovan Dijak, is the latest signee to join WWE's training center in Orlando, Florida. Combining heavy-hitting power with cat-like agility, Dijak's explosive offense has won him admirers around the world. His Feast Your Eyes knee smash, meanwhile, has downed enough opponents to put Dijak on WWE's radar with only 4 years' experience. A football and basketball standout in high school and college, Dijak stormed onto the New England independent wrestling scene in 2013. He remained a force in the region ever since, crossing paths with the likes of Tommaso Ciampa and Oni Lorcan, and becoming a fixture in organizations including Massachusetts Chaotic Wrestling, Connecticut's Northeast Wrestling, and Rhode Island's Beyond Wrestling. Dijak's search for new competition broadened in short order. 2015, he won Ring of Honor's Top Prospect Tournament, and earlier this year, he competed in the WXW 16-Karat Gold Tournament in Germany. He has also wrestled for Evolve, and this past weekend, he fought in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla's Battle of Los Angeles tournament held in Zeta, California. And Dijak's arrival at the Performance Center comes on the heels of WWE signing another sensation from the independent ranks. I was just going to say, Donovan Dijak got all these nice words said about him. Where the fuck is Leo Rush? So they did also mention that they did sign high flyer Leo Rush. Two awesome fucking talents coming to WWE. I know Leo Rush. I'm very familiar with Leo Rush, being that I called his matches in House of Glory. So obviously I had to go back and watch, before I even did any of the House of Glory work, I had to go back and watch Leo Rush in action in Ring of Honor, in the Indies. So I got a feel for who he is. I haven't done that with Donovan Dijak yet. I probably will at some point before he actually hits NXT. But this is a very, very good signing for WWE, regardless of if I know him or not. You guys know him. You guys have had nothing but good things to say about him. And he's 6'7", 265 pounds. Once this guy stands face to face with Vince McMahon's gonna fucking pitch a tent in his pants. So you guys know that Vince McMahon's gonna have a proverbial hard-on when Donovan Dijak walks in the room. That's the type of athlete that Vince McMahon pretty much jerks off to. No pun intended, But we got Donovan Dijak signing with WWE. I can't wait to see what he brings to the table in WWE. And this is, again, just going to show you that NXT is the destination of everybody in the independents, man. Whether you are in the indies like Leo Rush is only 22 years old. He had a dream of making it to the WWE. He is now going to be in NXT. Whether you're Leo Rush, who's got 2 or 3 years experience, or you got Donovan Dijak experience, 4 years, or you've been on the indies for 10, 11, 12 years. Everybody wants to eventually run through NXT. Everybody eventually wants to get to WWE, whether it's good or fucking the way it is now, So everybody is going to want a piece of NXT. Donovan Dijak is the next signee to the WWE Performance Center. WWE has also signed two impressive female athletes that I don't know anything about. Maybe you guys do. But it was announced during the Mae Young Classic that WWE had signed a couple of amazing female athletes. These ladies are Casey Catanzaro and Shayda Besaso. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I probably am. Don't kill me, okay? But WWE assigned these two impressive female athletes. Both women come from different walks of life, but have made it to the WWE. The name that you might recognize first is Catanzaro, who is known worldwide for her talents. Catanzaro is known for her time on American Ninja Warrior. In 2014, she became the first woman to ever qualify for Mount Midoriyama, which is the final and most difficult stage of the show. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce none of this, man. I sound like a fucking asshole. I pretty much guarantee that. But she made the final and most difficult stage of the show. The second female athlete is Shayda Besaso. I don't know how to pronounce these names. Again, I apologize. She is a TV personality based in the United Arab Emirates. She is a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and took home silver at the 2014 Abu Dhabi World Pro Championships. She also speaks both English and Arabic fluently. So I'm sure WWE will have a field day with that. Those two women are signed to the WWE. I'm sure that they will be training in the Performance Center. We're not going to see them anytime soon. But just letting you guys know that WWE, again, signing and scooping up talents to replenish NXT. Right, Bacardi? Right? Yeah, I know. I'm a fucking asshole. I mispronounced these names, butchered these names. I know. Don't look at me like that. I know. You don't have to tell me. Asshole. Anyway, no. I love you. Anyway, man, I'm in some fucking mood, man. I had like fucking 4 cups of coffee today. I tried my best to grind in Destiny. I relaxed this afternoon. I didn't live stream NXT tonight. I apologize for those asking me. I wasn't on Twitter all day today. I was on Twitter pretty much when NXT went on, and I watched it, relaxed a little bit, had something to eat, and here I am. So I apologize for you guys waiting for an NXT live stream reactions. Next week we'll do it because Pete Dunne is going one-on-one with Wolfgang for the United Kingdom Championship. So that should be a pretty good match next week on NXT. Speaking of NXT, let's get into the show tonight. Asuka, like I said, is the main event tonight. She will be relinquishing the NXT Women's Championship, and that's exactly what she did. Asuka has been a very, very huge part of NXT, and you can tell if you guys watched the show tonight. She was very, very visibly emotional in NXT's final appearance. I'm assuming this will be her final appearance. William Regal and Asuka are standing in the ring. The fans cut her off with "Thank you, Asuka" chants. She says that she fought great superstars, and she's fought all around, and she's fought in NXT. She's grown so much around NXT, and she's grateful for NXT. Regal praises her for her efforts in NXT, but says people have started to recognize her and her lack of competition. She's now in negotiations with Raw and SmackDown, which draws a lot of yes chants. So they draw a lot of yes chants. People are excited that Asuka is potentially making the main roster. And a lot of people were chanting one more match. You know, a lot of people were voicing their opinions. William Regal calmly, he calmed the crowd down. He said, listen, this is a very, very good opportunity for Asuka. So they would never take this opportunity away from her. So she is now stepping down as NXT Women's Champion. She is relinquishing the championship. The entire locker room comes out. They greet her. They give her a standing ovation. Asuka says no matter where she goes, NXT is coming with her. Ember Moon comes out. And she looked damn good tonight, by the way. Just got to throw that in there. Ember Moon comes to the ring. And she cuts through everybody on the stage, walks down the ramp, and gets into the ring. Now, you kind of knew nothing was going to happen here, being that this was a send-off. I doubt that they would have even thought about doing anything disrespectful here. Ember Moon gets in the ring. She goes to shake Asuka's hand, and she pulls the hand back and slicks her hair back, and she was just ribbing Asuka. She goes in for a hug, and they both embrace in the middle of the ring. If you guys, really are fans of Asuka, it was definitely a tearjerker. moment. This entire thing was a tearjerker moment because Asuka has been that important to NXT. Without Asuka, this women's division has been nothing. You know, she was there when Bayley was getting called up. She was there through everybody's promotion. And WWE relied on her to build that division around her. Now that they finally have pieces that could potentially replace Asuka, now they are moving her up. Asuka is being moved up because there are people in line to take her spot, aka Kairi Sane. If Kairi Sane or the Mae Young Classic, I should let me backtrack. If the Mae Young Classic wasn't happening, then I don't think Asuka's moving up right now. If we don't see a Kairi Sane, if we don't see a Toni Storm, if we don't see a Piper Niven or a Santana Garrett or a Candice LeRae or any of these women, a Bianca Belair, if none of these women are walking through NXT's doors, then Asuka's not going anywhere. I think the women's division of NXT is going to be in very, very, very good hands. But the thing is, Asuka, where is she going to fit? Where is she going to fit on Monday Night Raw? Where is she going to fit on SmackDown Live? We don't know. We don't know. We can only hope that whatever Triple H has done, the essence that is Asuka, the work that Triple H has put in with Asuka, remains on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. Triple H did make an appearance tonight. He comes out, he surrounds the ring, he walks up the stairs, he's got roses in his hand, he sends Asuka off the best way that he can, he gives her a big hug, shakes her hand, has words of encouragement for her. And you can tell by just that embrace by Asuka and Triple H that he didn't want to let her go, man. He didn't want to let her go. Triple H is proud. He's a proud father. Everyone at NXT is his children. And Triple H, you know, he gets that way. You can see how proud he is when something like this happens. All that hard work. Hopefully WWE, hopefully Vince McMahon, and you know, really look at that and realize that they have a gold mine waiting for them in Asuka. They are being gifted a gold mine in Asuka. So now what does Asuka do? What does Asuka do? I don't know, man. Who replaces Asuka right now? Well, clearly it's going to be Kairi Sane. Clearly it's going to be Kairi Sane. It could be Ember Moon. The way that she came out and she was the only one who was given the opportunity to be in the ring during this moment with Asuka. They could be setting Ember Moon up to be a big part of the women's division, which I see. I'd love to see a Kairi Sane Ember Moon match. Don't get me wrong. But where does Asuka fit into WWE's plans? I mentioned this on Monday Night Raw review. She is going to Monday Night Raw, according to Ryan Satin. Nia Jax is being pushed to become NXT Women's Champion. I would have booked Sasha Banks to be champion, to hold it for a little bit, and then drop it to Asuka at the end of the year. That's what I would have did, because I wanted to see, or I much rather would have seen, Sasha versus Asuka in a legit one-on-one wrestling match. You got the Empress of Tomorrow versus Sasha Banks, who's literally been the best female performer on both Raw and SmackDown coming out of WrestleMania. But I have a feeling WWE is going to give it to Nia Jax because Nia Jax is big, she's dominating, she's the much larger woman, she's the largest woman on the active main roster for the women. If Asuka's coming to Monday Night Raw, I have a feeling WWE is going to go the stereotypical route and giving the title to the much larger woman and then having Asuka debut and try and take the title off the much larger woman. I don't really like that because the matches that Asuka and Nia Jax had in NXT really weren't that good at all. Nia Jax, granted, is a year and a half removed from that last match that we seen with Asuka, but it's not something I want to see. But WWE is going to book the giant, the larger woman versus Asuka. Doesn't matter who Asuka's in there with. It doesn't matter. The way she's been booked in NXT, nobody is ready for Asuka. Whether you're Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Natalya, Naomi, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are. Nobody is ready for Asuka. I would have given Asuka the rub by coming up to the main roster and just presenting herself to Sasha Banks. I'm here. I don't have to go through anybody. I have proved to everybody in NXT why I should be here and why I should have that Raw Women's Championship. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. You build it up over a few weeks, you have them go back and forth, and you have a match between Sasha and Asuka. Simple as that. Simple as that. But WWE's going to go the Asuka versus Nia Jax route, and I don't understand why they would even book Asuka to struggle against Nia Jax. You know, she really didn't struggle against anybody. I mean, Nikki Cross and Ember Moon, yeah. But you can interpret that many different ways. Nikki Cross was in a last woman standing match. The environment called for Asuka to be beaten within an inch of her life. Ember Moon was out for revenge. Asuka was injured during the match. You could play that into the fucking storyline, you know? So obviously Asuka was brought to the brink of defeat. Especially after WWE built up the Eclipse and she got nailed with the Eclipse and then still kicked out. So Ember Moon was very, very close to beating Asuka. Nikki Cross was very, very close to beating Asuka. But now you're going to tell me Asuka is healing from her injuries and 100% Asuka is going to go to Monday Night Raw and struggle with Nia Jax? No. Asuka needs to dominate everybody, no matter who the champion is on Monday Night Raw. After that, I'd move Nia Jax over to SmackDown Live, or I'd move Sasha Banks over to SmackDown Live, one or the other, or both. I'd move Sasha Banks over to SmackDown Live in a trade for Charlotte, bring Charlotte over to Monday Night Raw, and have Charlotte versus Asuka be the main women's attraction match at WrestleMania 34. That's all I'm going to say about that. But Asuka, with a massive send-off, Asuka has been a very, very vital portion, a very vital part of NXT, and she is now no longer the NXT Women's Champion. What they do with the championship, I don't know. We haven't had any news regarding that. We don't know if WWE is going to have a battle royal to crown a number one contender, and then that number one contender fights the winner of the Mae Young Classic at NXT TakeOver in Houston in November during Survivor Series weekend. We don't know if WWE is going to have another tournament on top of the Mae Young Classic, being that the Mae Young Classic this week will be over. WWE at the next set of tapings can always set up another 8-women tournament to crown a champion. You know, they could easily just crown the winner of the Mae Young Classic next Tuesday as the women's champion of NXT. They got a different route to go. They have a multitude of different ways to go. We don't know how they're going to do it, but it's going to be a very, very interesting situation, to say the least. Andrade Cien Almas versus Cesar Bononi. If you guys remember, Bononi got a huge upset win over Andrade Cien Almas. This was the complete opposite. Hammerlock DDT. Cesar Bononi goes down. He gets squashed by Almas. Almas is looking better and better every single week. And the reason why that is because Zelina Vega is going to pretty much take this guy to that next level. And it is clear as day that is what is happening. We look back at Michael... Oh, not Michael Cole. My God, I'm fucking tired. I don't believe I mistakenly said Michael Cole for Adam Cole. Just call me a fucking goon. Yeah, just call me a goon. I know. You know, I'm surprised Sean's View Entertainment didn't report that Michael Cole and Adam Cole were going to be in a storyline, that Adam Cole was going to be revealed as Michael Cole's illegitimate son. I'm surprised that didn't happen yet. I'm surprised a video about that hasn't been made. But I wouldn't put it past him. Just give him a few weeks. We'll look back at Adam Cole and the Ring of Honor crew, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, attacking Drew McIntyre last week. William Regal chasing them off. Regal then says that he knows they want to wrestle, okay? Regal says the trio knows this can't happen again, and all fighting from now on, not going to take place outside of Full Sail University. It's not going to take place outside the PC, okay? It's going to take place in the ring. If you want to be in NXT, you have to be in the NXT arena, in the ring. Some random broad, some interviewer, is standing outside Asuka's dressing room, and all of a sudden the Velveteen Dream comes in, licking his lips. Comes up to her and says that he'll speak soon about someone who caught his eye in Brooklyn. Who that might be, I have no fucking idea. If I was to make a logical guess here, I mean, just look at the landscape. It could either be Johnny Gargano, you know, it could be Almas. I doubt it. I don't see why they would have two heels going against one another. I could see Johnny Gargano, or it could be Aleister Black. They could be feuding Aleister Black with the Velveteen Dream. Quite the interesting matchup there, man. We got to see who he's talking about. But someone caught his eye in Brooklyn at an NXT TakeOver, Brooklyn number 3. We have Lars Sullivan against 3 no-names. They didn't get no names. They didn't get any introduction. They were just standing in the ring waiting to be slaughtered. Sullivan doesn't want anybody to tag in. He wants all of them in the ring at the same time. Double clothesline to 2 of them, and then it was pretty much a a decimation from there on out. It was a big splash in the corner and 3 straight standing bossman slams for the pin in little over 1 minute. Lars Sullivan defeats 3 Nobodies on NXT. And I gotta admit, man, I like Lars Sullivan's theme music, man. It's got that hard rock, heavy metal feel with that nice little Psycho Sid added touch into that, man, with a nice little sound effect. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you guys watch the show. Lars Sullivan's got some pretty decent theme music down in NXT, man. I see big things coming from the man-beast himself, Lars Sullivan. Post-match, No Way Jose comes out to say Sullivan messed up the conga line in Brooklyn, and it's payback time. Sullivan beat him down as well. If that is what you're upset about, Mr. No Way Jose, I don't think you should be in the PC. I don't think you should be in NXT, bro. You know, you're worried about Lars Sullivan breaking up your Congo line. You better be afraid that he doesn't break your fucking nose. Congo lines. What are we dancing with the stars? Get the fuck out of here, man. I don't mind No Way Jose, but give me a fucking break. You know? Yeah, he's worried that he broke up the Congo line, but he's not upset that he got fucking destroyed at TakeOver Brooklyn. Got thrown into the fucking barricade, got beat down on the outside. You worried about him breaking up the Congo line? Jesus Christ. So, Gargano is interviewed, says Brooklyn was amazing and that the DIY shirt didn't change a damn thing. He just lost focus. Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli come in to say that they broke up DIY at Full Sail. Gargano laughs and offers to fight one of them next week. Sonya Deville versus Zeta. If you guys remember, Zeta was the one who lost, got squashed by Shayna Baszler in the Mae Young Classic first round. I don't know how this is going to work, man. You know, WWE pretty much signed Shayna Baszler. I'm assuming they're going to sign Shayna Baszler to a WWE contract. She's Miss MMA. She's part of the Four Horsewomen with Ronda Rousey and 2 other people. Sonya Deville, I don't know what they're going to do with her, man. She has this MMA gimmick, and she looks like fucking minor league compared to Shayna Baszler. So what if Shayna Baszler comes into NXT and we got Sonya Deville versus Shayna Baszler? You know, is Sonya Deville going to try her little mock MMA skills against Shayna Baszler? You know, you can pretend to be an MMA fighter, but when you're actually in the ring with one, I want to see what you do. So the short end of the stick could be coming for Sonya Deville. I don't see how that gimmick is going to last with Shayna Baszler on the same roster. Zeta from the Mae Young Classic, like I said, she got choked out. Triangle choke. Sonya Deville beats Zeta in less than 2 minutes. Cassius Ohno versus Hideo Itami. This was a no disqualification match. This was actually a very, very good match, man. It lasted a little over 12 minutes. And this was a very difficult one to call, man. These two guys are in such a shitty situation. You know, Cassius Ohno needs a win. Because I feel like every match that he has, he's always on the, again, the short end of the stick. He's always in pretty much a position to put somebody else over. Hideo Itami, the same thing. You know, they can't give him a feud and a win streak because he's always in something that calls for him to lose. You know, he's always putting somebody over. So we got 2 guys here who are ultimately putting everybody over on the main on NXT's main show, you know, and on TakeOver. But who would come out on top here? I feel like Hideo Itami could use the win more than Cassius Ohno, but WWE decided Cassius Ohno needed it more than Hideo Itami, man. I don't know where these guys go. If there's a mid-card title, these 2 guys are at the top of the list for a mid-card title or a mid-card title run. Because these guys are not going to be in the main event scene. They need something to fight for. Otherwise, what is their purpose? What is their purpose? Cassius Ohno gets the win over Hideo Itami. Rolling elbow. Unbelievable shots with the elbow from Cassius Ohno. There was a beautiful spot, couple of them, by Hideo Itami. A hesitation dropkick in the corner with the steel chair placed right on Cassius Ohno's face. We got a steel chair shot. We got Hideo Itami bringing the steel chair in from the outside and a roaring elbow. Cassius Ohno was so pissed off that he roaring elbowed the fucking steel chair. Hurt himself like a dumbass, but it was a cool spot to see. But these two literally beat the shit out of each other, man. Hesitation dropkick into the chair, like I said, into Ohno's face. That got a near fall. Kick out makes Hideo Itami demand respect just like he did with Aleister Black. GTS didn't work. Instead, Ono hit a low blow, because it's a no DQ match, anything goes, and then another roaring elbow for a fucking pinfall. Leveled Hideo Itami. 1, 2, 3. Cassius Ono, dressed in Sacramento Kings colors. You know, I don't know what team he plays for, but I don't like it. Cassius Ono wins against Hideo Itami. Finally, guys, that was the last match of the show, but Ruby Riot was showcased. There's two things that I want to talk about before we get out of here, man. Two things. Ruby Riot was filmed at the Performance Center talking to William Regal. She wants Peyton Royce and Billie Kay in a handicap match. William Regal says that, I can't book you in a handicap match, but I will do this. I'll put you in a tag team match, and you can find a partner, and you could go against Billie Kay and Peyton Royce next week. So she accepted that. Who her partner is, I don't know. Probably going to end up being Ember Moon. But the one thing I want to pinpoint here, which was very interesting, and William Regal was caught, and this was intentional, of course. He asked the cameraman for that tape. It was Oney Lorcan and what the fuck is his name, man? I forgot his name. It was Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch in the Performance Center training against two bums. And they were pulling off tag team moves. They were working together, and it looked like that they were trying out for a possible tag team. And this has been discussed for several weeks now with a lot of different people about Oney Lorcan, using Oney Lorcan in a way that could benefit him greatly, and using Danny Burch in a way to benefit him greatly. These two had a hell of a fucking contest a couple of weeks ago. Actually, two of them. You know, one of them made Oney Lorcan bleed, I believe. Or Danny Burch bleed. One or the other. Somebody's always bleeding in an Oney Lorcan match. But regardless of whoever was bleeding, they are going to be, I'm hoping, getting a tryout as a tag team, because William Regal told the cameraman as he was filming them doing some nice double team moves together, I want that tape. I hope you guys got that on tape. You know, just bring that to my office. So it looks like Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan are gonna be in a tag team, man. So it should be interesting to see what's going on with that. And that was NXT, man. Really nothing of interest, really nothing of importance, storyline-wise, besides Asuka. Asuka being sent off, relinquishing the NXT Women's Championship tonight, and she will be making her main roster debut very, very soon. That is your NXT review, man. Thank you guys so much. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206 and hit that subscribe button down below and that bell for all notifications. Also, make sure to please take care of my sponsors. And if you guys want to support the podcast and the channel, patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. I am JD. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to play some Destiny tonight. Thank you guys so much for everything, and I will see you all tomorrow with more Mae Young Classic coverage and some other stuff that I got planned for you. You're not going to want to miss it, man. I'm JD. Thank you guys so much. Have a great Wednesday night, and I'll see you all right back here tomorrow afternoon.